Hello everyone and welcome. In this presentation, I will be going over the general process of graduate school, some tips, and some things you should know in general. So here I have a quick overview of the topics that I will cover, some tips on researching, letter of recommendation tips, how to prepare for grad school, and some on-campus resources. Alright, so very quickly, what grad school is, it's the furthering of your education above a bachelor's degree, and it's really specializing in a specific discipline. It's really important to begin your research as soon as possible. It can take a really long time to do research, especially if you're going to be looking into all sorts of different kinds of programs. You're going to need to look into their requirements and looking into different forms of financial aid. It's a very long process, so I really recommend that you begin as soon as possible. So my first tip is when looking into programs, I highly recommend you make a list of all the schools that you're interested in and all the programs that you're interested in. So as mentioned before a little bit, each school may have different requirements, so staying organized and knowing exactly when those deadlines are is really important. Another little tip is to look at the different curriculums offered in the programs and to see if that piques an interest even more. Another tip is to attend any graduate career fairs. So you want to ask for information when you speak to these programs because that could also help further your investigation on which program and schools you will apply to. Some other tips is networking with faculty. So it just doesn't necessarily have to be faculty. It can be any supervisors that you met while you were doing an internship or when you have been volunteering, talking to your professors during office hours, counselors, advisors, anyone that you make connections with, because ultimately, ideally, these would be the kind of people that you would be going to when asking for letters of recommendation. I also recommend that you talk to any current grad students or any alumni, talking to them about their programs, if you're interested in their programs, or what it's like to be a grad student in general. It'll give you a great idea of what's to come for you. Another important tip is to look at the resources that program and that school offer. So looking at if the resources that they offer are the best fit for you and for your needs, and to see if there are any unique programs that spark your interest. Letters of recommendation. So who to ask? Well, like I mentioned before, the connections that you've made while networking ideally would be the people that you would ask letters of recommendation from. And you want to make sure that you ask someone that is going to be able to write you a strong letter that can make you a really strong candidate for the program that you're applying to. Asking for letters. So you want to be as professional and as formal as possible when asking for letters. Some people prefer in person, some people prefer via email, but just whatever feels right to you. Also, you want to make sure that you provide this person with enough information, such as deadlines and maybe a quick little resume of like some of the things that you have accomplished if they haven't seen those accomplishments from you. And then always check in with the person writing your letter a few months or a month before the deadline just to make sure that, they have it ready for you. And try to be as polite as possible as well. And always don't forget to thank them. Ultimately, this is a favor and it is taking time of their day, so don't forget to thank them. So I have here a little mock-up checklist. I will have a more detailed version as a downloadable PDF for you if you're interested. So yeah, just to quickly go over this. Also to note, each school may have different deadlines, so just be aware of those. Again, having a checklist or a timeline can really help you stay on track. So just be mindful of the different requirements and due dates. So in this checklist, I put here participate in any internship programs, and this can really help you become a more strong candidate, showing that you have some sort of experiences within the field or realm of career that you're trying to go for. I have working on and finishing personal statements, register and study for admission exams. So again, each program may ask for different exams. I just have here as an example the GRE or the graduate record examinations. And you are able to retake those if you do not like the score that you initially get. But just keep in mind, you do have to pay for the GRE exam, and you will have to pay to retake the exam. Attending any informational sessions from the programs that you're interested in, if you're able to attend. Requesting official transcripts, request letters of recommendation, submitting your applications, and double checking with their admissions office to verify that they've received all your paperwork. It's really important that none of your paperwork gets lost within the transition from you to them. So just checking in with their admissions office to see that they got everything and that you are good to go. And lastly, I have provided some resources that Sac State offers. So one of the resources that I recommend you checking out is the Writing Center. They may be able to help you edit your personal statement or go over it for grammatical errors. Some GRE resources. So there may be some free test prep material at the Multicultural Center. If you use their services, you may be able to borrow one of the books in case you aren't able to get your hands on them in a different way. And lastly, the Career Center. So the Career Center offers various resources. One of them is the assistance to the grad school research and personal statement. And you can schedule an appointment with them. And I have here the number and location. Alright, so I have here some contact information in case you all have any further questions. I hope you all enjoyed this PowerPoint presentation and you learned something. Thank you all so much for watching.